By all accounts, September 25, 2025, began like any other Thursday for Live with Kelly and Mark. The New York air was crisp with early autumn, the audience was buzzing, and Kelly Ripa was in her usual chic ensemble, exuding the kind of effortless charisma that's carried her through decades of live morning television. But no one, not even seasoned live TV veterans like Kelly and Mark, could have predicted the unexpected star who would steal the show, with a bowel movement. The canine cameo. The morning's segment was innocuous enough, a pet adoption special, celebrating National Dog Week. The plan: a local animal shelter was bringing in a few rescue dogs to parade across the stage, tails wagging and eyes wide, in hopes of being adopted by a viewer or two. These segments are typically crowd pleasers. Who doesn't love a cute puppy? The dogs, a mix of various breeds, were led onto the set by handlers in matching shirts reading, "Forever Friends Rescue." The studio audience collectively awed as a fluffy labradoodle rolled over mid-stage while a Pomeranian did a tiny dance for a treat. And then came Duke. Duke was a 95-pound Great Dane with the kind of stature that made Mark Consuelos reflexively step back. He was majestic, lean, and, to quote Kelly Ripa herself, a dog with the gravitas of a British actor in a war drama. But Duke wasn't here to act. He had other intentions. Trouble brewing. Almost immediately, Duke appeared restless. His handler, a young woman named April, tugged gently on his leash. Duke resisted. His ears twitched. His eyes darted about, as if searching for the nearest exit, or something more private. Kelly, sensing the canine discomfort, tried to keep the moment light. "Ah, he's nervous," she said, leaning over with a practiced TV smile. "Don't worry, Duke. We're all friends here. No judgment zone." Unfortunately, Duke took that sentiment to heart. As Mark gestured toward the teleprompter and began talking about the benefits of rescuing senior dogs, Duke assumed the position. The telltale arch of the back. The distant, philosophical gaze into the middle distance. The silence from the crowd that turned palpable. And then, it happened. A moment for the ages. There are many types of silence in a television studio. There's the tense pause before a big announcement. There's the respectful quiet during a heartfelt story. And then there's the shocked, oxygen sucked from the room silence that only comes when a massive dog defecates on a national broadcast. "Is he?" Mark asked, trailing off mid-sentence. Kelly turned, the horror dawning. Oh my God, he is." Duke, undeterred by the presence of cameras or the dignity of morning television, completed his mission with the solemnity of a monk. The sound was minimal. The smell, reportedly, was not. Kelly backed up quickly, covering her nose. "That is pungent," she exclaimed, a phrase that would trend on X, formerly Twitter, within minutes. The audience gasped, then laughed. A few people clapped. Someone near the back yelled, "Let him finish," a sentence no one wants to hear during a pet segment on daytime TV. Professionals at work. Despite the olfactory assault and the chaos, Kelly and Mark maintained an almost heroic level of composure. Mark fished a tissue out of his pocket and offered it to Kelly, who waved it away, muttering, "That's not going to help." Stagehands rushed in with paper towels and a bottle of something industrial grade. One poor intern, who had clearly not signed up for this kind of heroism, was seen donning latex gloves and muttering what looked like a prayer. April, Duke's handler, was red-faced but gracious. "He's just a little nervous. Sometimes this happens," she said. Kelly, ever the consummate professional, replied, "Sweetie, if I had $1 for every time I wanted to do that on live TV, I'd be retired in the Hamptons." The show must go on, and it did, albeit with a faint haze of lavender disinfectant in the air and a lingering, slightly too vivid memory etched into everyone's minds. Social media meltdown. Within minutes of airing, clips of the incident flooded social media. One TikTok user captioned it, "Duke said, I make my own script." Another popular post showed Kelly's horrified face in slow motion with the dramatic Celine Dion ballad, "It's All Coming Back to Me Now," playing underneath. #pungent was trending. So was #DutyWithGK. Memes erupted like wildfire. Someone photoshopped Duke into historical paintings. One image had him squatting in front of the Eiffel Tower with the caption, "Le Poop." It was, in short, a viral sensation. The aftermath. In the following day's episode, Kelly and Mark addressed the elephant, or rather, the Great Dane, in the room. "Well, folks," Kelly said, "we've been on the air for years, and we thought we'd seen everything. Turns out, we hadn't." Mark added, "He really left it all on the stage. A true performer." They both laughed. America laughed with them. The rescue organization issued a light-hearted statement: "Duke is healthy, sweet, and very regular. He's looking for a forever home, with a backyard." By the end of the week, Duke had been adopted by a retired couple from Vermont who fell in love with his confidence. Final thoughts. Live television is an unpredictable beast. That's part of its charm, and its chaos. Sometimes it brings tears of joy. Sometimes it delivers inspiring stories. And occasionally, it offers an unfiltered, unedited, unmistakably pungent reminder that life doesn't always stick to the script. Kelly Ripa's reaction was a masterclass in composure. Mark's deadpan commentary will live on in meme culture for years. And Duke reminded us that even on national TV, nature calls, and when it does, there's no commercial break long enough to stop it. In the end, America didn't just watch a dog poop on TV. It watched two hosts handle it with humor, grace, and a lot of hand sanitizer. And that, dear readers, is the magic of live television.